For over 50 years.
Basketball right there, coming up with it. Watch him drive in, and a good hard bounce pass right up so that Velp can catch it and go to the basket with it. Very key on that break. When you got the basketball, make sure you bounce it up high enough for the guy to catch it.
So Velp goes to the free throw line for 2 free throws. And back in is Ivan Verbetic, replacing Rod Keller. Velp from the line is a good free throw shooter, 74%. He helped West Germany to an 8th place finish at the Los Angeles Summer Games. This last summer, he played in the European Championships for West Germany. He's 7 foot. He played forward. Uwe Blab, now with the Dallas Mavericks, was at center at 7'1". And Detlef Schrempf was the starting guard at 6'9". Understand the West Germans had a 7'4" backup player on that team as well. They finished 5th.
I think if the West Germans were smart, they'd get an NBA franchise and keep those guys home.
They got the nucleus for one right now, don't they? So Velp's free throws has Washington in front 70-54.
Good movement by USC right now. Lewis with the basketball. Look at that move. Good turn, good fake, bad shot, still got it.
Oh, double team, forced the jumper and got it to go. Up to 27. He's moving in on his season high, of course, which also would be his career high. It's been a one-man offensive show for USC.
Look at this zone defense for Verbetic right at the top of the zone. He's at the point. You'd like to have a guy at 6'11" on the point of your zone right there. Andy Russo's going to pull it out and run some clock. Pretty smart move right there.
That's Verbetic that Larry was talking about at the free throw line. He has a 91-inch wingspan.
That's why he's at the point of that zone. Very difficult to make a pass around a guy who's got a 91-inch wingspan.
Tell you how big that is. That's end to end. That's Manute Bol. Jumper from the outside by Greg Hill. 91 inches. 72-56. And the Huskies maintaining that double-figure lead. Underneath it is to Dowell for 2 more. And again, USC just trading baskets at this point with 7:25 to go in the game.
That's not in the best interest of the Trojans. They're going to have to get some turnovers against the Huskies.
Fortier out high, back to Moscatel, and Washington content to use up as much of the shot clock as they can. J.D. Taylor's into the game. He's on the far wing. Now changing sides.
Jim, something we talked about today was the fact that we thought the shot clock would play an instrumental part in this game, and it really hasn't. These clubs have gone up and down the floor. Fortier with a great tip in.
Fortier tips in the miss from Taylor. That was awful close to offensive goaltending. Verbetic has it knocked loose by Moscatel. It's a 3-on-2 for the Huskies. Hill pulls up jumper. No good. Rebound. Hank Gathers, the freshman for USC.
He's got the numbers.
4-on-2. Grandy wisely elects not to shoot over Kristen Velp, the 7-footer. Lewis takes the shot from 20. This time, no good. Still USC basketball underneath.
The point I was trying to make earlier when Fortier tipped that ball in was the fact that we really thought the shot clock would play a big part in this basketball game. The way Russo likes to coach, he's very patient with his offense. But he kind of got into the running game with SC here today, and it really, we thought it would play into the lap of the Southern Cal Club. But Huskies really have taken big advantage of the running game.
USC, after one shot, still has the basketball. Another final in today from college basketball. Kansas beats SMU 72-56, non-conference game. Ball stolen away by Greg Hill. 2-on-1. He takes the jumper in the lane for 2 more. And Hill's having a big afternoon. He has 18 points. Greg Hill, 6 minutes to go, and Washington with a commanding 18-point lead. Tom Lewis, the freshman, also handles the ball quite well. They play him out high. That ball knocked loose by Velp.
Well, Velp doing a good job on the inside defensively. Good move by Hill. Good fake.
Boy, what a fake. He faked as if he was going back to the trailer. J.D. Taylor. And Washington has their largest lead at 20. Greg Hill has upped his total on the day to 20 points. 5:39 to go in the ball game. And Washington on their way to upping their record in the Pac-10 to 3 wins and 1 loss. Andy Russo has to be quite happy right now. His Huskies in front by 20. The first-year coach at Washington, only 37 years old, succeeding the legendary Marv Harshman, who not only retired last year but was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. Russo, a 1970 graduate of Lake Forest College in Illinois, got his master's at Northwestern in history. Coached a couple of years in the high school ranks, and then back in 1976, the Bear, Don Haskins, at UTEP gave him his first college experience as a graduate assistant at UTEP. Eventually, he landed the job at Louisiana Tech, led them to 2 straight NCAA tournaments, and now this year, the first-year coach at Washington.
Huskies gone to his own defense.
Grandy, the freshman, jumper good. Good shot by Rich Grandy.
Moving over 48, shooting over a guy 6'9". I think that's the first shot we've seen him take in the basketball game.
78-60. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. And Washington, J.D. Taylor in there. Clay Damon, pass intended for him. Knocked away. It'll remain Washington basketball. In the first half, we talked about USC committing 18 turnovers. They've come back with another 12 in this half. 30 turnovers for a basketball game. You're going to lose those games, Jim, when you play like that. Washington's really cut theirs down. They only have 5 in the second half. And they have that commanding lead. Al Moscatel back over to Damon. 12-second shot clock.
Excuse me, I'm going to say, when you start to write the story about this game tomorrow, it's going to have to be the turnovers of SC. It really has been a big problem for them.
Washington will retain possession, but they have only 7 seconds on the shot clock. Stan Morrison wants his team to play some tough defense here for just 7 seconds. No, don't give him a good shot. That's what he's saying. 48, free throw line. Moscatel's open. He makes it with only 2 seconds left on the shot clock.
Sidebar to that story has been the shooting of Washington. They really have scorched the nets today.
And that's 8 points for Moscatel off the bench. 20-point lead, and SC really not able to find anything open, even though they need a lot of points in a hurry. Simpson back in there at the free throw line. Tom Lewis over to Grandy. Jumper hits his freshman hits his second straight jumper. He's got 4 points.
He needs to shoot a little bit more. That ball was right there. He shot 2 good shots, made them both.
So Paul Fortier, the senior forward, goes to the bench. Paul Zevenbergen comes in for him. Fortier. Ball knocked loose. Fortier, 12 points on the afternoon. And 7 assists as well. Pretty good from the forward spot to have those kind of numbers. Forward.
Hey, he's still playing with that injured foot, too. It really is causing him some problems. He needs to get that healthy because the Huskies have got a tough Pac-10 schedule going. This could be their 3rd win in a row right now, Jim. It would be a big plus for them. You know, they started that season. They had the win, UTEP, and then they go into a 5-game losing streak, and they came back on a 5-game winning streak. But now they have an opportunity to get another Pac-10 win here today.
That really was a tough non-conference schedule. What a way for Russo to be welcomed to a new job. He had not only to go against UTEP, which is now number 15, and beat UTEP by 29, but they also met LSU, ranked in the top 10 before losing this week. They also played Kansas. They've gone against some tough opponents. Moscatel could go into double figures with this free throw. He's got it.
And talking about Fortier's foot injury, he was out of 3 games that they lost. He couldn't even play.
USC underneath. Moscatel trying to help out, was called for the foul on Derek Dowell. 5 Huskies are in double figures. Good balance.
Excellent balance on the part of Russo's club.
You know, one of the other good centers in college basketball is David Robinson at Navy, and today he led his team to a 14-point victory over George Mason.
He's a good big player. He's about 7 feet on the inside, and there are a lot of pro scouts who would love to talk to him. Unfortunately, he has a 4-year obligation after he finishes at Navy.
Tristan Velp going out of the game. Velp with another big afternoon. He had 20 points. Derek Dowell's free throw is good. Temple topples Rutgers by 9, 68-59. One more coming up for Dowell. He misses this one. Rebound picked up by J.D. Taylor. I'd like to see Taylor, number 44, get loose one time on a fast break opportunity. He was third last year in the Pac-10 track championships in high jumping. Zevenbergen, good move to the basket.
Excellent move and a good pass away from the defense to get him to the inside and baseline. Good shot.
Kevin Stewart into the game now for SC. Bo Kemble, a freshman. Long jumper is good. Boy, I tell you what, that
one was from Mount Rainier.
Yeah. Couple of three-pointers he's made today. Too bad they don't have that rule. He made the shot right before halftime from about 30.
That's an open discussion among a lot of coaches. If you're going to have a 45-second shot clock, why not have a three-point goal?
Ball stolen away. Only 3 minutes to go in the game, and Washington leading by 19. Steve Evenson into the ball game for Washington. He's on the floor, committing the foul. Troy Morrell checks in. Clay Damon goes to the bench. Andy Russo emptying out the bench here. Evenson has a bloody nose after the contact on that play.
I'll tell you one thing, his eyes are watering right now.
Probably an old elbow to the nose.
Well, when the trainer comes on the floor, the rule reads you have to take him out or take a timeout. So what they're going to have to do is take him out for just a brief rest and just stick him right back in the lineup.
That'll bring Zevenbergen back into the ball game, and Dowell will go to the free throw line for USC. You know, Dowell's an interesting story. Has not had his best game today, but he's certainly going to be an all Pac-10 player this year. Only a junior, 6'6", and does most of his damage right around the basket. Very physical player for his size. Makes the front end of a 1-and-1. He comes out of Evansville, Indiana, where he was two-time All-Indiana and was even a candidate for the Mr. Indiana Basketball Award. That's, as you know, a very coveted award in that state.
USC's 4 top scorers, 3 of them are freshmen, and the other one was a junior, and that's the young man who's the junior, Derek Dow. I would say on the horizon that Southern California's fortunes look very good in the future.
2:45 to go in the game, and the reserves in there for Washington getting some minutes now, some valuable minutes that they worked so hard for, trying to get during the week in practice. That's Taylor, J.D. Taylor, and he has 4 points in the ball game. 86-67. 2:27 to go in the ball game. Bo Kemble, good size player for a guard, 6'4", pass underneath, and save, nope, not saved by Zevenbergen. It'll remain USC basketball. Almost another turnover. Hate to be so repetitious, but we've had so many of those today. Zevenbergen will sit down. I'll tell you, he's going to help him a lot in Pac-10 play this year off the bench. Steve Evenson comes back in.
As you sit here and you watch these two clubs sort of go through the motions in the final 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Randy with another one. That's 3 in a row for that young man.
Well, I tell you what, he has not let the crowd bother him in the least. He's hit 3 jumpers here. 6 points, that's a new high for the freshman.
Jim, I was going to say, as you see him go through these motions right here, and you're going to see the foul committed right there by Bo Kemble. You got to wonder about this Pac-10 race because the Huskies are getting off to a pretty good start here. They're going to be 3-1, and they've got a chance now to continue this upward climb, particularly if they've got a healthy 48.
Well, Arizona's coming on strong. Lute Olson's ball club, 2-0 so far in conference play. How about the improvement of California this year? California has really come up. They're 2-1 in conference play. They even beat this Washington team, handing them their 1 conference loss. Here was the foul just moments ago.
See Morrell holding the basketball right there. He's trying to make a move, and there's the foul committed by Kemble as he made his turn.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is missed. And SC back down court. Brad Winslow gets up the jumper. No good. Tipped in by Charlie Simpson.
Good move by Simpson. He and Dowell both up there to get it. Wide open.
Simpson was caught napping on that one, had his back to the ball, and was beaten on the transition.
And he committed the foul. He was late getting there, and it was a good breakaway right there on the inside by Kevin Vedato.
Simpson off the bench has really had a pretty good afternoon. He's had 4 points and a couple of blocks. Was beaten on that play. Vedato will be at the line for 2. First one is no good. All right, a big basketball game this afternoon. Notre Dame defeating DePaul by 16, 70-54.
Blue Demons are struggling a little bit. Joey Meyer, his second-year head coach there, trying to get his club organized and get them back again for tournament play.
Quite a win there for Digger Phelps' team. Grandy's outside jumper, he's up to 8 points now. He's hit 4 straight.
Boy, it's 4 in a row. The kid is really shooting the ball well.
That's why he was the 4A CIF Player of the Year at Glendale. The Dynamiters.
Love that name. That's one of my favorite nicknames, the Dynamiters.
They've trimmed this down to 13 now. Respectable with 1:17 left in the game. And Washington using up as much of the clock as they can.
Good move by Wilson. Good pass.
David Wilson to Troy Morrell for 2. Down court pass, stolen away by Vedado. Back comes Morrell, 2-on-2. Goes to the right wing. Evenson's jumper, no good. Herbetic has it out to Dowell. Dowell, 1-on-2. He'll go ahead and take the shot from the free throw line. It's good. Dowell warming up. Unfortunately, a little bit too late. He's up to 13 points, and we're down to 45 seconds. Backcourt foul.
Foul charge to Stewart.
88-75, Washington in front. And they had 90 points against UCLA the other night. Just 2 points away from hitting that figure once again, which is unusually high for them. Their high total in the year is 92 points. First one good by Morrell. In fact, the game where they scored 92 points was in a loss in overtime to McNeese State.
It's a good win for Washington here. They've had an opportunity now to put 3 games in a row together, Pac-10 games, with this tough schedule that they've got out here. Healthy people, they could go a long way. I know the media and the coaches all believe they're going to get their 3rd championship because that's the way they voted.
Well, behind the back, Vedado gets it back. He misses, but Wilson tips it in. And a foul. How about that move? Well, that's worth looking at one more time. Watch Kevin Vedado off the bench to Wilson, who will give it back to Vedado. Doesn't even put it on the floor, just right back with the left hand. Misses the layup, but here comes Wilson. Talk about teamwork, back and forth.
Nice touch pass right there. Vedado with a good behind-the-back pass. A little razzle-dazzle.
All right. Now, yeah, this is the time of game where coaches would really like that kind of a pass. Now, the basket was not allowed. The tip-in was not allowed. Vedado was given 2 free throws. So take away the basket, but the 2 free throws good by Vedado. 91-75 with only 30 ticks left in the ball game. Dowell has an open man. Herbetic shot, no good. Offensive foul. Well, that's Brad Winslow. Winslow called for the offensive foul, and Washington with a chance to top their season high of 92 points.
I was sitting here watching Stan Morrison on that play right there, and he's still clapping, applauding, encouraging his kids. Even though he's down, he knows they're young players, and he's got a young team. Look at the lob.
Lob to Vedado, looking for the shot, rejected. Simpson's 3rd block of the game. USC basketball, too. 13 seconds left. Charlie Simpson, he'll be seeing some more playing time after this effort today. 91-75. Maybe we'll see Grandy get one more shot off. No, it's Dowell. Off the glass, no good. Tip, no. Here's Winslow. 4 seconds left, and a foul underneath. Troy Morrell.
When you got a game like this, a lot of coaches just say, hey, let him go ahead and have the basket, and let's take it and get out of here. I asked Andy Russo yesterday. I said, Andy, how is it coming out here from down in the Bayou country of Louisiana to come out here? He says, I love it out here. He got married in June of 1985, and very happy. Been married about 7-8 months out here. He and his wife love it. His wife's a dentist.
How about that? Brad Winslow misses the first. Russo really had his Bulldogs last year, Louisiana Tech, going quite well. They were ranked number 8 in the final season poll, regular season poll, and won a couple of games in the tournament before being ousted by a last-second shot by Wayman Tisdale. Winslow gets it back after the miss, misses the jumper, and there we have it, our final score. The game is over. 91-75. Washington ups their record now in the Pac-10 to 3-1. We'll be back with our Chevrolet MVP Player of the Game award after this. Washington, the winner today at the Heck Edmondson Pavilion by 16, 91-75. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Tom Lewis of USC. The freshman had 27 points. And Greg Hill, who had the calf muscle pull in Thursday night's game, was only 50-50 coming into tonight's game. He had 20 points and led Washington to the 16-point victory. We'll be back with some closing thoughts from Seattle in just a moment. Once again, our final today, Washington over USC, 91-75. The Huskies looking impressive. They've come home and won back-to-back games against UCLA and USC. Another final in a big basketball game. This one just in. Purdue has been beaten by Michigan. This game actually has 1 second to go. Michigan has the lead 73-71. The executive producer of college basketball on CBS is Kevin O'Malley. Today's producer, Bob Stinner. The associate producer, Danny Ford. Today's basketball game directed by Peter Bleckner. Once again, the final scores. The University of Washington 91, USC 75. I'm sorry. For Larry Conley, I'm Jim Nance saying so long from Seattle. NCAA Basketball has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the NCAA Championship.